Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at essentially this Goku Bardock kind of combo team that I've been using a little bit recently. It's an interesting team and I kind of wanted to take a look at it because, obviously I think overall it's a team that's kind of got three units that exist in different spaces. So we have like Bardock, who recently got his EZA, well I say EZA but his Zenkai, alongside the release of Goku and Bardock. We have UI Goku, who got his Zenkai about a year ago, but got his Platinum equip recently, which should be able to help him out. And then obviously we have Goku and Bardock, who are a unit that's kind of coming on now a couple months on from their release. So I wanted to talk a little bit about them as a team, and kind of like how the evolving meta has impacted them a little bit, and maybe how they're feeling a little bit further on. So I will say one thing, I think damage-wise, this team is still quite fine. Obviously, equipment provided, stars provided, and everything of such nature. I do think this team, give or take, has really good sources of damage. Purple UI Goku has great sources of damage. He's really, really solid, really quite a fun unit. His new Platinum equip, we kind of took a look at recently, but his new Plat really kind of brings him into the fold a little bit better, which I think makes him work really nicely. Then yellow Bardock has always been a good source of damage, but he's feeling really solid right now, and his special move damage is really high up there. He personally as a unit feels like he's in a decent space. I'm not going to say he feels super like meta adjacent, but a yellow unit, doing really well. There's a lot of purples that are currently sitting in the meta. Obviously purple Frieza feeling like the most obvious one, and Bardock, to no one's surprise, is a good counter to purple Frieza. He's a solid option against him. He definitely has the right kind of kit to be applied against him. He's got type advantage, so that always helps as well. Alongside that, we also have Goku and Bardock. Now, Goku and Bardock, I'm going to be honest, do feel not as impactful as I kind of wanted them to feel. And that's not from a, how can I say? That's not from a slight on them. I think they are still a good unit. But it does feel to me, at least right now, that Goku and Bardock is in a very weird space as a unit. So obviously they are a good counter against Frieza. You've got that extra damage against Lineage of Evil, which is super helpful right now with how prevalent Lineage of Evil, at least Frieza, is in the meta. And they are relatively tanky. The big thing with them is they can still be burst down, and their indestructible ability doesn't feel super duper powerful, if I'm being honest. It's not that it doesn't have an impact, because it does, and it depends on the gauge and everything, but for me it doesn't feel tremendously impactful. Now that we've taken a look at how Frieza's kind of indestructible counter-attack mechanic can work, now we've got units like Ultra Gohan, who basically just flat out counter strikes and specials, and it's I think for me kind of speaking more as to maybe the way the meta is going, but there's a unit, their mechanic doesn't feel overtly impactful. However, as a unit, they are still pretty solid. So this team is a lot of fun to use. I will say I probably wish I had a few more stars, especially in Goku and Bardock. And I will be refining the equipment quite a bit. Definitely feels like I should be maxing out some of these equips. And I think you need to build them a bit tankier. I think maybe, especially on my end, I'm building Goku and Bardock maybe a little bit too damage heavy. And I feel like I need to throw in a bit more defensive equips there and kind of prioritize that. But I think it has good synergy. They're a nice team. They provide a lot of coverage for each other. I think it's better than running a full UI team, that's for sure. Of course, you could slot in yellow Ultra UI and kind of see where things take you instead of Bardock. But I think overall for me, definitely a fun unit. and I have a lot of fun using them. And ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm having a pretty good time running this team. There are things that could always be improved, definitely, for sure. But I think the level of burst damage that's available here in this team, I think the mechanics synergize quite well. You've got some double green card action as well, so both units really benefit from the green card in a good way, being able to set up combos. And there's good time coverage. Between yellow, purple, now you've obviously got the blue and green coverage. You've got 4 types covered as well, which is really, really good.